bestrobo.in, your favorite robotic and electronics store in India.
Hello everyone, welcome to Mifratech. Today in this section we learn about fingerprint sensor module. So this is how a fingerprint sensor will look like. It mainly has 4 pins. One is the ground pin, one more is V in, this is in order to provide power supply, and one more is the transmitter and receiver pin. As you can see, a receiver is the data input and transmitter is the data output. So the fingerprint is as a it is the most safest way to detect any in order to identify the authorized person. So we can make use of in a different application this fingerprint sensor because fingerprint will be identical to different persons. In order to add a fingerprint verification microcontroller projects, we can use wherever in security cameras in different applications. In order to add a fingerprint, we can make use of this fingerprint sensor module. So by using the sensor, we can also make a biometric authentication or access control based on the electronic projects easily. And this is optical fingerprint reader device. What we used here is it has a a DSP processor chip, which is AS6001 form of as a synchronous chip is there. So this DSP processor, what this fingerprint sensor has, it has a flash memory which can store up to 120 fingerprints it can store. So the fingerprint sense what we are using is an optical type. So there exists 2 more types of sensors, we can have a capacitive fingerprint sensor, or which will be used in smartphones, and there will be ultrasonic ones will be there. The way this optical fingerprint sensor will work means, first it will capture the photo of a finger what we placed on that fingerprint sensor, and it use certain algorithm in order to match, and it will match with the stored data. First we have to store our fingerprint, then later we can match with the stored fingerprint in order to give authentication. So what are the technical features of this fingerprint sensor means, we have to provide DC power supply between 3.8 volts to 7 volts. Generally we will provide 5 volt DC supply for this fingerprint sensor. So the operating current is 65 milliamps. So it mainly works on UART, that is universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. So it has mainly receiver and transmitter pin, that TTL logic level that we have to connect to the any microcontroller. So that average searching time for it in order to match the fingerprint is less than 1 second only. So the working environment, it will work under the temperature minus 20 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. The touch area dimension will be 4.5 into 19.4. It will be in millimeters. So how this fingerprint sensor when you connect to Arduino or any microcontroller, there will be mainly it works on 2 steps. First we have to enroll a fingerprint, which is nothing but we have to first give a fingerprint and save it in the Arduino in the fingerprint sensor module. After that when we again will check for the fingerprint, it will do search for the fingerprint already enrolled in order to match. The fingerprint processing mainly includes 2 parts, as I told, fingerprint enrollment and fingerprint matching. So the matching can be 1 to 1 or 1 to n. So when enrolling, the user needs to enter the finger in 2 times. So whenever you are enrolling your fingerprint, so you have to give 2 times in order to enroll. So system will process 2 times a finger images, generate a template of the finger based on the processing result. So it will store the template in it, the fingersense module. So after that, if you give when you compare it, whenever other time you give the fingerprint, it will match with that template and it will say whether it is matched or not. So when matching, user enters the finger through optical sensor, what we is shown earlier itself, and the system will generate a template of the finger and compare it with the templates of the finger library, whatever the images already enrolled in the library, that it will match with that. So for 1 to 1 matching, the system will compare the whatever the live finger we are giving with a specific template designed in the module. For 1 to n matching means the system will search for the whole finger library, whatever are the fingerprints stored in the library, that it will match for 1 to 1, 1 to n all the. In both the circumstances, system will return matching result like a success or failure result. It will give results like a fingerprint is matched or not. Next we'll see how to like interface a fingerprint sensor with Arduino. We'll see how to do this connection. So it has mainly 4 pins, a VCC. For that we'll give to a 5 volts supply. As you can see, red wire have given a 5 volt DC supply in order to turn on this fingerprint sensor. And next one is the ground. I have connected this black wire is the ground that I connect the ground pin of Arduino Uno. Next we have transmitter and receiver. Here the green wire, what you can see is the transmitter that I have connected to pin number 2 of Arduino Uno microcontroller, and this receiver is the gray one which have connected to pin number 3. These are the digital pin of Arduino Uno. So this is the simple connection in order to interface fingerprint sensor with Arduino Uno microcontroller. Next we can write a program for it, and we can use this fingerprint sensor. So as I explained you connection itself, so red one is the VCC that we have to provide 5 supply, black one is the ground, green one is the transmitter pin that have connect to D2 of Arduino Uno, and white one is the receiver pin that have to connect to pin number D3, that is 3 of Arduino Uno digital pins. So this is the sample code in order to interface Arduino like fingerprint sensor with Arduino Uno. As you can see, this is in order to in order to enroll the fingerprint, and then we will check for the matching of the fingerprint. So this is the sample code, as you can see here. So in this way you can make use of this fingerprint sensor module in order to in various applications. You can interface with any microcontroller. Generally we can use it for Arduino Uno also, or any microcontroller. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you.